Honest, I think that amazingly enough, I don't think this is going to be a shocker, but one of the largest trends that we saw in 2022 was really just a increase in a lot of the expenses that we had. Namely, well, first and foremost, it was hard to hire, and honestly, the wages have been going up, and ultimately, that was a huge strain on the company itself in terms of looking at opportunities for greater efficiency. So in addition to the staffing, needs and whatnot, there's also this balance, right? Because as you grow, you need to also sustain good level of customer service. Now, what does that mean, right? In terms of accountability, speed, accuracy, things like that. We have to find ways to ensure that that stays consistent, and that what got us there continues to be the strengths that continue to carry us forward. So as you grow, the demands of, whether it's from, the regulatory agencies like the Board of Pharmacy, or it's from the PBMs where they're auditing you and making the claims more difficult to process. These are all things that now become a bigger factor because it gets multiplied tenfold, right? When you have more stores and more staff that, might be in the training process because they're newer or being hired on. So those are some of the challenges that we see. So it's always this balance where you're growing, but then you want to make sure that the internal is strong enough to handle the growth and to be able to do it in a manner that that can sustain the excellence or level of service that you've created as a standard in your practice. Best way to put this is the first piece of automation I brought in there many years ago, and at the time I was just barely doing enough scripts to, I would think, make it justified, at least at that point in time. And I brought it in, and I think the rep was asking me, hey, so why are you bringing this in? You're not even doing enough volume. And I was like, well, the reality is that I already know where I'm going, projecting forward. I mean, usually people get it when they're like, oh, I'm overwhelmed. It's 300 or 400 or 500 scripts or whatever, and I need to bring this in here to help me. But when I already see that I'm going to be there in 5, 6, 7, 8 months, then I need to have it in before that so that I can get there instead of taking a year, maybe 6 months. But we already have it built in terms of the layout, so that when we're ready to go in 6 to 8 months, we just roll that bad boy right in there and we're ready to rock and roll. And so these are all things that I think when it comes as a business owner, that it's not just about what you're doing now and always, trying to find solutions after you have problems. It's also thinking ahead of time to create the solutions ahead of the problems that you anticipate having.